Hi everybody, I'm Dee.
And I'm Jay.
And we are ParoDeeJay.
Welcome to, this is a protocol video. We are getting ready to sail on the Carnival Horizon July 4th, which is really
right around the corner.
I should say July 4th, 2021, because you never know what year people are going to be watching these videos.
True.
But we're getting ready to do back-to-back 14 days on the Carnival Horizon, and we've been doing a lot of research on all of the evolving protocols.
Always evolving.
Now, be forewarned, this video is going to have terms in it like vaccinated and unvaccinated.
Yeah.
And I know. Now, we're not here to tell you if one is good, one is bad. That
is a personal choice, and you guys make that decision for yourselves. We are vaccinated because we want to continue to cruise, and that is currently what needs to be happening.
Right. Pretty much cruises that are going out for at least the months of July and August 2021 are going to be vaccinated requirement. We've already been on one. We just got back from Adventure of the Seas.
Go check it out.
Anyway, but all right, so let's get into it. This is currently pertaining to July and August 2021 sailings on the Carnival, Vista, Horizon, Breeze, Mardi Gras, Magic, Sunrise, Panorama, and kind of Miracle to an extent.
That one's a little bit different.
It's doing Alaska, which is a little different. And I guess we should get into what is the definition of vaccinated.
Oh. Well, vaccinated means that you have had either 2 doses of your vaccine,
like
Moderna or Pfizer, or 1 dose of your Johnson & Johnson, which is available in the US. It's different in other countries, obviously, like AstraZeneca, things like that. But you also have to have the full 14 days after your dose that is completed before you embark on your cruise.
True. Okay, and I've got my notes on my phone as always, because
I feel like a doctor.
We want to try to present the facts as we've discovered them and not get anything wrong, you know?
You know, we had to dig to find some of this information. It's all over the place.
There's a lot of places to look, but anyway. So right now, because of the CDC and the conditional sail order and all of that, ships are sailing 95% vaccinated.
Right.
I think that's a thing. A lot of these requirements could change after the 18th of July because I think the CSO is slated to go away.
Conditional sail order.
That's right. Yeah. I know. Got to use all these fancy
in case you don't know
terms. Right now, if you are unvaccinated and you want to sail on Carnival, you have to apply for an exemption to become part of that 5%.
Correct.
Don't just show up at the port.
Don't do that. You will not be getting on the ship.
Yeah, they're trying to be good about sending emails out, reminding people what they need to do. I know as things are getting rolling, like there's a few emails for our upcoming cruise we still haven't gotten yet, but we're
working on it.
So how do you apply to become part of the exempt?
There is a web link that you read all of the information that, like, what the rules are once you get on board if you agree to do this. Make sure you read it all because there's quite a bit in there. And then you apply just with your information, basically, and hit submit.
I'll put that link down at the bottom or in the description or somewhere in the informational part. I'll put that. As of right now, the recording of this video, the application period for July sailings is apparently closed. You can no longer apply, but you still can apply for August.
Correct.
So I should say right now we're at the end of June 2021, because this is very time-sensitive information.
It is.
We might need to come in tomorrow and make a new video because things have changed.
And I will say, just because you've applied does not mean you're approved. You do have to wait for an approval, and it has to be, final payment has to be done before they're going to let you know one way or another.
Yeah, true. Because
it's a little different.
You might have 15% of the people who are booked on a cruise want to be part of the 5%, but that's not how math works.
I'm not sure how they pick and choose, truthfully.
I don't know. Eeny, meeny, miny, moe? No.
Hopefully not.
Maybe not. So this is sort of on a timetable. That's the first thing that you need to think of, at least in today's world, about getting on a Carnival cruise. Now, 14 days ahead of your cruise at midnight, check-in opens. Now, you may know, if you're familiar with like the Diamond and Platinum and Suite perks on Carnival, you normally get priority check-in. You can just walk up to the pier whenever you want, get on that ship. That's not how things are working right now.
Not a thing anymore.
What they're doing is what? 48 hours, right?
16 days, basically.
Yeah, you get a jump start. So how is that even working, I guess?
So you just go and log into your cruise manager at midnight, 16 days before your cruise starts, and you choose your embarkation time.
Okay.
That's
it. Yeah, you basically just get, it's almost like, you know, I'm thinking of like when you stay at a Disney property, you get like a little extra time to, you know, jump in and get your stuff.
There you go. Good.
But that should be for Diamond, Platinum, and Suite guests currently. You do need to, of course, bring your, oh no, you punch in the online check-in process. I'm not at the port yet, that's right. You punch in your passport, your ID information. If you don't have a passport, you use your birth certificate. They ask you questions about like, are you flying in? What are your flights? Are you parking at the port? Set up your credit card for your onboard account. Read over the ticket contracts and the COVID acceptance contracts, because there's some new words in there that you got to make sure you're reading.
Just make sure you have all of that ready when you go to log in, because it's going to make it much more seamless and quick.
Yeah, and then you choose your arrival time.
Yeah.
So, and what they're saying is, can I show up early like I used to and just pretend it doesn't exist?
I'm friends with some people that work at the port, and they're saying they have been instructed to turn people away if they show up early. So I don't know about you, but Florida's hot. I don't want to stand outside in hot heat waiting for my appointment time. So just, you know, have a leisure morning and then go to the port when your scheduled time arrives.
Yeah, because it used to be like, say I had at 12 o'clock, I could show up at maybe 11:15, join the early line, and they might sneak me in. They're claiming that they're not going to be doing that.
I would not attempt that.
Me neither. But there's a new step in this online check-in process, which is kind of, I'm calling it a health assessment. I think that is the actual word. And you need to do this because this is a very important step.
It is huge.
Very important. So when your check-in opens and it says you can do this, go to your health assessment. There is one question for each guest.
It's important.
The question is, are you vaccinated? The answers are either yes. There's 3 choices.
Oh yeah.
There's yes. There's no, but I have received an exemption letter from Carnival, or no, but I haven't received an exemption letter from Carnival. Now, if you choose that third option, you might not be getting on the ship.
Yeah, I don't know.
But you never know. But you know, you just need to make sure you are going through these exemption processes if you are unvaccinated and want to be in that 5%. Yeah. Let's move now to 72 hours prior to the cruise. If you are unvaccinated, you will need what? A test.
I was like, are you asking
I know. See, I was
like,
giving you a test.
there's a lot of protocols running in my head, so I'm like,
I was testing you about the test. You are going to need to get a PCR test and bring the results of that with you to the port if you are unvaccinated. Vaccinated does not have to do this.
You don't have to do that.
And it is at your own expense. You pay for it, you know, before you come. Just bring your results.
Don't forget them.
Yeah. Now, everybody has to do the health assessment online, which is the, have you coughed in the last 5 minutes? Have you sneezed in the last 10 minutes? Do you have a fever? That kind of thing.
We haven't seen ours yet.
Right. That's always been a thing.
Right. That's not different.
I don't know if there's any new questions on it because we have not been able to do that yet.
Have you been around anybody with COVID?
That kind of thing.
Yeah.
All right, so now that's 72 hours prior. All right, now the day of the cruise, here we are, we're getting in the car, we're getting out at the port. Make sure you bring your boarding pass.
Yeah.
They are asking that they be printed. I don't know if they can still take the little barcode thing on the phone. They could probably figure it out, but they are asking people to print and bring them.
I always recommend printing your documentation.
I do too.
Yeah.
Your identification, which is your passport or your birth certificate.
With a raised seal.
Oh yeah, it's gotta be a good one.
That is very important.
Yeah, gotta be a good one, certified, and your photo ID.
Yep.
Bring, if you're vaccinated, bring your vaccine card.
Right,
you do need the original card.
Yep.
Or you can bring, now this is the wording from their site, it is a digital certificate with a QR code and a record of vaccination from your healthcare provider. You need both of those things if you are not bringing your original card.
I would say if you have a card, just bring it. Keep it under safekeeping.
But if you don't want to bring it, or if you've lost it, you need those other 2 things. And they also say to have the contact information handy for your, like, where you got your vaccine.
Your doctor, basically.
Okay.
Yeah. And we'll have that just in case they want to check on anything.
I know, in case they needed it. Now, of course, if you're unvaccinated, you need to bring your test result, like we just talked about, and
your exemption letter.
Yes. Bring the exemption letter. Yes, bring that. And the interesting thing too, if you show up at the port and you're vaccinated and you have forgotten your card, you do not get a refund. You're not
getting on the ship or getting a refund.
Right.
Yikes. So that is, besides your passport, your ID, and all that stuff, and that is the most important thing to have.
It really is. So. Because there's the other part is that if you're unvaccinated, they are going to retest you at the port. You will receive an antigen test.
It's a hard word to say.
It really is. It is $50 per person, but they have waived it.
For the months of July and August.
2021.
At this point.
I know. I feel like I have to keep saying the year. Somebody could be watching this in 2040
Sorry
being like,
for all the confusion.
what are these fools talking about? So $50 a person waived for the months of July and August 2021. If that test comes back positive, what happens?
You and the people you are traveling with are not going on the cruise. So that is really sad. So even if you're traveling with people who are vaccinated, if you're unvaccinated and positive, your whole travel party is not going.
But you do get a future cruise credit in that instance. So you're not out your money, but you're just going to have to travel another time.
Right. And Carnival will secure lodging for you. It doesn't say they're paying for it. They're going to find it for you.
Yeah, the wording was that if you have flown in, now if you drove, if you drove, you can drive back home.
Yeah.
If you flew in, Carnival will help secure lodging at the guest's expense.
Correct.
So you are paying for your quarantine lodging or whatever it is, but yeah. Getting into some of the actual protocols, masks are required during embarkation, debarkation,
correct,
at ports of call, like especially if the local requirements say that, but still. Shuttle services, tender boats, yes, water shuttle, whatever. They're called tender boats.
We're old school.
Actually, I guess they're called ship's tenders. Anyway, chicken tenders. And then we get in a little branch.
And that goes for everybody. That's vaccinated and unvaccinated, just to clarify.
Correct. And now is where we start branching. So now for vaccinated, you do not have to wear any masks on board, I guess, anywhere, inside, outside, upside, downside. And there's no social distancing supposedly going to be required.
We'll see.
Now, Royal said that, and they distance people anyway.
I think
we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Follow along, because we're going to be live streaming and vlogging this cruise like crazy, so we'll show you as it develops.
We'll let you know.
Unvaccinated, they recommend, but they're not requiring masks.
Yeah.
Now, that's a little different because Royal was different, but yeah, most of the time. The only times that they are requiring them is indoor activities where there are children under 12 present. Also in the arcade, the spa, and the medical area.
Center. Medical center is for everybody. So even vaccinated, you have to if you go to the medical area.
It makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. And of course, no social distancing. Supposedly on unvaccinated, I guess maybe unless you're in some of those particular circumstances. But pretty good. I mean, you know, nice and free. It's not like,
they're testing them.
Correct.
So, I mean, they will have just been tested twice, basically, before they're even on the ship. So it makes sense to me.
That's not bad. There are currently no youth programs for kids under 12 running.
Yeah, that's a kicker.
Yeah, so families that are traveling, if your kids are under 12, they're staying with you.
Yeah.
The teen clubs are still fine.
Because they're vaccinated.
Right. So that was one major difference. Okay, so we're on board. All right, now this is a little bit getting into the Diamond, Platinum, those kinds of things. So here we are on board. Diamond and Platinum, you normally could just, boom, go right to your stateroom in most cases. Not so much a thing anymore.
No.
They're saying do not go to the staterooms unless, you know, you can drop off your luggage very quickly. That's normally Diamond, Platinum, Suite. Everybody else, you know, ixnay on the umre. I think that's right. They're normally a perk is from, I believe, red cards and higher, you get a bottle of water in your room per passenger. Person. That's not going to be in your room.
No.
They haven't really said. The only thing, all right, here's the wording from the website, is that you're going to have to go to a specified location to claim that.
Okay.
And it's going to be offset by a credit on your account. So what I'm thinking is you're going to have to go to this location, and it's almost like they're going to charge you for a bottle of water, but then you'll see a credit on your sign and sale account that basically makes it your free bottle.
Interesting.
That's how I read that anyway, but we'll see how that works. We'll document that too. You normally get your chocolate delight plate delivered to your room, but you're going to have to... Well, that's right. It's not just going to show up on its own anymore.
Nope.
You have to call...
room service.
Yes.
Yeah.
And schedule that delivery.
Interesting. I may or may not. I don't know.
You loved them strawberries.
Sorry.
I know you did. Your logo gift and your ship pin, you normally, they just show up in your room. That's not going to happen either. Supposedly, you have to go to the photo gallery. Photo gallery to claim those.
So a little bit different.
Yeah.
They're just trying to alleviate and keep people, too many people out of your room.
I mean, I get it. It makes sense. Yeah. So. The Hub app. All right, let's talk about the Hub app. So what do you know? I've been saying lots of words.
I know. I'm trying to jump in there.
I know. All right, tell me about the Hub app. It's going to be more important.
The Hub app, they recommend definitely download it before you get on the ship and, you know, make sure it's updated, all that good stuff. Yeah. E-Muster is going to be a new thing, or safety briefing, as they call it. So you watch a video on your phone, you typically go to a specified location. They probably say some words to you that are important. Make sure you watched your video, and they'll do some sort of indication that you attended. On Royal, we got a little sticker on our card showing that we had gone to it.
Yeah, how that works.
Yeah, so that's cool. No more gathering and large,
because
you know, groups.
You go whenever you want, so therefore there's not a mass of people going at one time.
Yeah. Also new to the Carnival Hub app that should be available is that they're going to have reservations available for the shows, the comedy lounge, things like that, dining, so your time dining. I think you can already do this on some ships, but pick a specified time to go and you show up, but you can also do it for brunch and lunch in the dining room as well.
That's cool.
Lunch, breakfast and brunch, excuse me. They're adding more food options.
Yeah, delivery, right?
Yeah, I think it's delivery.
That might be coming.
So like Blue Iguana, burritos, you can, I'm guessing, just pick your toppings. They'll make you a burrito and you either go pick it up or they'll bring it to you. I don't really know.
I'm hearing rumors that things like that might be coming down the pipeline, so that's kind of cool.
A lot more on your phone, so you don't have to go wait in line. You still can go wait in line because a lot of people don't want their phone with them all vacation. I get it. So you still have that option as well. And the other thing that is not going to be available anymore is the fun times.
Yep.
So your little paper in your room that you had every night explaining what you could do the next day is no longer going to be in your room. It's in the app. And then if you don't want to do that, you can go to guest services. And you get just a little tear-off portion that tells you about the activities and dining and things like that for the next day.
Yeah. So they've said no more full-fledged copies of the fun times. It's literally just like a little one sheet, one page that you can go pick up at guest services. So interesting.
Has nothing to do with COVID. It's just about paper waste.
That's true. That's what they said, is how much paper they had to throw away.
Yeah.
So I always collect them, and I'm gonna miss them, but
you can still go get your little sheet.
I might. The other question, so you covered what happens if you don't have a phone or don't want to use your phone. Do you have to buy Wi-Fi?
No. It's all available in the Carnival Hub app, which as soon as you get on board, connect to their Wi-Fi, and it's included in the cost. You still can't stream or go check your email or anything like that on there. It's strictly for things on the ship. Yeah,
but the hub you can use fully without Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah.
Next on the agenda. All right, so just some other random things that we've heard are coming down the pipelines. In the casino, there will not be any tournaments for the time being. Things like slot pulls that are organized by the ship. They're kind of, trying to keep people from gathering in such a manner.
Yeah.
We've seen in our Facebook group.
They had organized a slot pull in the Facebook group, and I think they did get permission to do it from the casino manager on board. So it's probably a situational thing. If you contact somebody, you may or may not be able to.
But it's just the ship is not necessarily going to be organizing those anymore.
Yeah.
Tender shuttle service or water shuttle, whatever. Priority, you normally have the diamonds and platinums get priority boarding. They said that they are going to still try to do that, but it is subject to local guidance.
Yeah.
Whatever that means. But sounds like that might still be a thing if you have to take a water shuttle.
We'll let you know.
I don't like that phrase, y'all. Ship tender. Excursions. All right, here's a fun new thing.
Yeah, those are different.
So let's see. How was I getting on there? Vaccinated folks can do ship tours, obviously, and you can do independent.
Right.
Free roam.
Just go book with an outside vendor, wander on your own, whatever you want to do, basically. Exactly.
Now here's where it gets interesting. If you are not vaccinated, they have invented what they're calling bubble tours.
Yeah.
Bubble tours, basically, it's not just any tour. Like, you're like, okay, I can do a ship tour. No, there are only certain ones that they're designating as bubble tours. An interesting thing about our upcoming sailing is that some ports they haven't even put tours out for yet. But there's one of the two sailings that we're doing, I think it's our Southern Caribbean loop. They basically said that there's one bubble tour available for what? Aruba? None of the other ports have bubble tours.
I really hope they change that, because I would feel terrible for families that would have to stay on board because of that.
Yes, because apparently if a bubble tour is either sold out or not available,
or weather cancels
or canceled, then you stay on the ship.
No ifs, ands, or buts.
Right, you're not going to be able to get off outside of the bubble for non-vaccinated. Other than private island destinations. Now, if you go to Half Moon Key or Princess Keys, you can get off and jump in the ocean and eat a hamburger and do whatever you want to do. Everybody can, so no limitations there.
Yeah.
Now, places like Mahogany Bay and Amber Cove
they're
and
not
things...
considered that.
Correct. They're private destinations, but they're not private islands. So they fall outside. You're going to have to bubble tour in Amber Cove, bubble tour Mahogany Bay, places like that.
And I think they are still adding some. Another thing on the bubble tour is you're not allowed to stray away from the group. Correct. You can't go to restaurants or shops, anything. You have to just do exactly what they say, because if you don't, you have to quarantine when you get back on the ship.
Yeah.
You and your whole group.
Right. Your group will be escorted to the tour, right, from the ship to the tour, and from the tour to the ship, and there is no shopping, no straying, no nothing.
They're being very strict.
They are. They're being careful, but strict.
Because they want it to go well, obviously.
This is true. Priority debarkation is another one of those things where it says that it will be offered depending on how many qualifying guests are on board. Like if there's 3,000 passengers and 1,500 of them are Diamond Platinum, you might not get that. But they are still going to be trying to do priority debarkation, and I'm sure the thing where if you have an early flight, they'll try to get you off so you can make your flight, all of that stuff. The only other note I have is that if you are unvaccinated, you will be having to take an antigen test prior to getting off the ship, if the cruise is longer than 4 days.
True.
So now it said longer than 4 days, not 4 days or longer. So I guess that means
the wording was a little weird.
Yeah, so I guess 4 days you wouldn't have to take that retest, but 5 and up you would, is how I read that. So, and the ship was covering that They didn't say if it was that $50 waived fee again, but I can only imagine
in
it's
July
the same
and
sitch.
August, they are waiving the fee.
Okay.
Yeah,
I knew
it's
they
included with your cruise.
Okay, I knew they were at Embark. I just didn't see specifically that wording on the
because they're the
debark.
ones requiring.
That makes sense. And that is the end of my notes for the new protocols that we have gleaned.
Lots of information. Hopefully it's helpful.
I know. And if we got anything wrong or slightly off, please put in the comments.
By the time you watch it, it could all be different.
That's true. So this is only for, really, I'm going to say this is only good for the first 2 or 3 loops on the Vista and the Horizon, because as of July 18th, the conditional sale order is supposed to change and or go away.
Yeah.
And at that point, things could just blow open.
Wide open.
But for our Horizon sailing specifically, this is how it is for us. So, and we're on July 4th and July 10th. Rapidly evolving. Yeah, and we had to go, we sat and we did all that. We looked on Carnival
to go
site.
through so many forums and
John Hild's Facebook page.
Yeah, just to find everything together. We wanted to do a composed video because we had a lot of questions.
We did.
We found it, but it was really hard to do. So we hope this helps some of you guys on your journey, on your cruise that's upcoming.
I know, but we're getting ready to hop on the Carnival Horizon July 4th. Watch for live streams, watch for vlogs. You know, we're taking ParoDeeJay with us this time again. He's going to be working hard to get some content out. We're going to be trying to do coverage of the new protocols, even like the hotel we stay at beforehand, because a lot of people have asked us about Miami hotels. If you have any favorite Miami hotels,
let
put them down below too. Actually, we might still need some help. One. But that's it for this video, y'all. So thanks for hanging out for like 22, 23 minutes. Anyway, if you haven't already, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Become a Paromaniac today. Socialize all our media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Yep, and until next time, rock on.
See you on the high seas.
See you guys there. So excited.
Bye.